Today we're going to talk about, is a Roth conversion something that might benefit me?
So have you ever thought that you wish you could go back in time when it comes to your retirement tax savings plan and go back and pay taxes now to hopefully save potentially higher taxes in the future, right? That's what a Roth conversion is. Should I pay tax now to potentially save taxes in the future? And so we want to talk about, where did the Roth conversion come from? Who is this appropriate for, so that you can decide for yourself, is this an idea that's worth looking into? So if you think about the way that we've been taught and ingrained from the financial world and even the tax world, is we want to go into tax deferral or tax savings types of accounts. And so a 401k, traditional 401k or a traditional IRA, even CPAs do this a lot. Put money in this IRA, it'll save you X amount of dollars in taxes. Well, what they don't tell you is it's not true tax savings. Those are tax deferrals, which means the IRS is coming back for those tax dollars in the future. And so should we look at prepaying those taxes now to be able to pay less tax hopefully in the future? And we've got some examples to really go into who this may be appropriate for.
Yeah, and again, I understand why they teach, or why you're taught to save money now on taxes. A lot of times in your early years of working, any savings you can get is a good thing, and we'll worry about down the road. That's a long ways off. And so it's kind of, Dan, that immediate gratification thing. Again, that's kind of a societal thing in all areas, is we're striving for immediate gratification and not delayed gratification. And so the immediate gratification is, I get a tax break now. It might save me $100, $200, $500, and that feels really good. And so that tends to be the strategy that most people employ when they're saving for retirement.
Well, let's put some numbers behind it, right?
Yeah.
So if you have been able to save up to $200,000 in these pre-tax accounts, and you're in a 24% tax bracket, that's going to save you $48,000 in taxes. Well, what you've done is you've deferred that tax to the future. But what if the investment grows, right? Hopefully my $200,000 grows so that it's a larger amount in the future. And if it grows to $1 million, and let's say you're in a lower tax bracket, that's the theory in retirement, although I don't know if I agree with that 100%, because I don't want to lower my standard of living when I get to retirement.
Out that way for all the clients that I've met with over the years.
Or me. No, not many people want to reduce their lifestyle in retirement. But let's say it does. You're $1 million, you're in a 12% tax bracket. Now you pay $120,000 in taxes. So I save 48 to pay 120. Well, there's one person winning in that strategy, and that's the IRS, right? The house always wins. What if you aren't in a lower tax bracket like we find, and you're in a 24% bracket like you are today? That $1 million you pay $240,000, but you deferred $48,000 on the front end. So we believe a Roth conversion is appropriate to consider for a lot of different people. One, if you're younger and you have time is your biggest benefactor when it comes to investing for retirement. So should we look at prepaying our taxes now? I call it unwinding my tax liability today strategically, so that in the future, I don't have to pay taxes on that money. It's all tax-free. All the money that it grows to is also tax-free. If you're under 59 and a half, if you are younger, you need to know that you're going to have to pay those taxes out of pocket from cash on hand. So don't just go out, start converting thousands of dollars without knowing what the tax liability could be. But if you are younger, be a really good strategy to consider through some strategic planning.
Yeah, Roth conversion. So if you already have IRAs, 401ks, then you can convert. But, another way to think about that, Dan, too, is back to the reasoning why IRAs and 401ks are so popular. If you put a seed into the ground, you're going to plant a garden, that seed is pretty small, you're going to get a tax break on that seed when it goes in, but then pay taxes on the harvest later when it grows. Or you pay taxes on the seed when it goes in, and then you don't pay any taxes on the harvest later. When you think about it that way, it just seems like there's a lot of great reasons to convert to a Roth. And one of the great reasons, if you're getting to an age where you're thinking about, I'm not going to spend all this money and I'm going to leave it to heirs likely, then a Roth is tax-free money is a much better gift to your heirs than one that's fully taxable, and maybe they're having to pay a lot more tax than even you would have to pay because they're in the heart of their working years.
Well, that's right. If they inherit an IRA that's pre-tax, they have 10 years to pay the taxes. If they inherit the Roth IRA, they actually get to leave it in a Roth IRA in their name for an extra 10 years before they have to pull it out, and it's all tax-free on the back end. So if you're younger, you're concerned about paying more taxes potentially in the future, regardless of your age, 20 years old, 40 years old, 60 or even older, a Roth conversion can be a great strategy to consider to help reduce and minimize the impact of taxes in the future for you and then also for your heirs.
Yeah, and if you'd like to learn more about this, go to retirementtalk.com to get just more information before you make any decision.